Talmud Bavli, Tractate Beitzah, page 36a, part 2, the words Umchasin esaperos Amar Ula. It was taught in the Mishnah, and one may cover produce with cloths to prevent damage due to a leak. Ula said, and even a row of bricks. It might be ruined by the rain, may be covered to prevent damage. Although the halakha of the Mishnah, please excuse the noise. They are working next door. Apologize for the noise. Hopefully it won't be too long. Ula said, or too noisy. Ula said, and even a row of bricks, it might be ruined by the rain, may be covered to prevent damage. Although the halakha in the Mishnah mentions produce, it is not limited to that case, but extends to any item liable to be spoiled. Rabbi Yitzchak said, it applies only to an item like produce, which is fit for use on the festival, but not to items such as bricks, which are designated for building and are not fit for use on the festival. The Gemara comments, and Rabbi Yitzchak follows his line of reasoning. In this regard, as Rabbi Yitzchak said, a vessel, even if it is of the type that may be handled on Shabbat, may be handled on Shabbat only if it is going to be used for something that may itself be handled on Shabbat, but not for the sake of set aside, being muktzah objects. Since the bricks are muktzah, one may not handle cloths to cover the bricks. The Gemara attempts to find a proof for this view. We learned in the Mishnah one may cover produce with cloths, which seems to imply produce, yes, because it may be handled on the festival with muktzah items, such as a row of bricks, no. The Gemara rejects this argument. This is no proof, as it is possible that the same is true even for a row of bricks. In other words, they may be covered. But since the Tana taught in the first clause of the Mishnah, one may lower produce, and there it is referring specifically to produce, so bricks may not be handled at all, and surely not lowered from the roof. He taught in the latter clause, one may cover produce. The example of produce was chosen to parallel the first clause in the Mishnah, not in order to imply exclusion of bricks. The Gemara offers a different proof we learned in the Mishnah, and similarly, one may cover jugs of wine and jugs of oil due to a leak in the ceiling. This choice of example seems to indicate that one may cover only things that are fit for use on the festival, as opposed to objects, such as bricks, which are muktzah. The Gemara rejects this proof. With what are we dealing here? With jugs that contain wine and oil that are untithed. Which are not fit for festival use and therefore muktzah. And the same would be true for bricks. The Gemara goes further. So too, it is in fact more reasonable that this is the case, as if it enters your mind that the Mishnah is referring to jugs of wine and jugs of oil containing permitted liquids. Didn't the Tana already teach in the first clause of this part of the Mishnah that is permitted to cover produce? What new information would be added by specifying jugs as well? The Gemara rejects this assertion. It is possible that the Mishnah is referring specifically to jugs containing permitted liquids. Nevertheless, it was necessary for the Tana to add the example of jugs of wine and jugs of oil, as it could enter your mind to say that the sages were concerned over a substantial loss, such as a produce, which can be ruined by drops of rain that leak on it. But with regard to a minor loss, such as drops of rain falling into a wine jug or an oil jug, they were not concerned, and they did not permit covering them. The Mishnah therefore teaches us that those may be covered as well. Might as well continue. The Gemara raises objections against Rabbi Yitzchak's view. We learned in the Mishnah one may place a vessel beneath a leak on Shabbat. It is permitted then to bring a bucket for the purpose of containing water leaking into the house, although the water is ostensibly not fit for drinking, and is therefore muktzah. The Gemara rejects this objection. The case in the Mishnah is a leakage of water that is in fact to be drunk, at least by animals, and is consequently fit for festival use. I think we'll stop this here, and we'll continue on with part 3. Right. Nice.